Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Realtree Land Pro Fridays once again. I'm Bruce Gray, one of the co-owners and broker of United Country McDaniel-Gray Realty right here in Brookhaven, Mississippi. We have with us the same fellows we've had for the last few weeks, actually. Chris Cephas and John Bass. How are y'all this morning?
Doing good.
Doing real good.
Glad to see you back from vacation.
Oh yeah, all rested and ready to go.
Rested.
You ought to be just running to try to sell property now.
Oh man, he ought to be as rested as a dead body by now.
All I did was lay on the beach.
For the last 2
Yeah,
months.
you know, I spent all that money to go sit on the beach and sit underneath that umbrella. Didn't even get out in the sun that much, man.
Did you get in the ocean?
Huh?
You get
Oh
in the,
yeah, I went out there a little bit. Yeah.
You see any sharks?
I didn't see any sharks. No.
Stingrays and
Didn't see any stingrays. No.
jellyfish.
Actually did see some jellyfish. Didn't get stung by
I
them.
bet
There
they
was
stay
some people
away
right
from it.
down from us that did.
Were they
Some little
peeing
kid.
on it?
Huh?
You know you're supposed to pee on it.
I haven't actually tried that.
You know,
tried that?
no, but whenever there's an abundance of jellyfish in the water, you know there's peanut butter fish close by. You just go up there and get some bread and you
just have a party
That's
right there.
right. A lunch right there on the beach.
Can't beat that.
Look, Bruce eats at 5-star restaurants.
I know it. I know.
4 stars don't cut it for him.
You know, and man still owes me a lunch. I won't ever stop talking about it.
Well, look, you were new. He didn't know if he was going to keep you or not.
That's right. But he just blatantly bought the other man's lunch right in front of me.
I'm not telling you, you were new.
He's making a statement on day one.
You're like, if you don't perform, not only do you not get no lunch, but you hunt somewhere else to work.
That's exactly right.
How many things have you sold for him?
Well, one, and I had another one sold for me, and he turned me down. Can you believe that?
Oh man.
Now, I ain't gonna let that one go either.
Let that go either.
Well, look, at least you sold one for him. He keep your little while. He might buy you lunch now if you sold
Well,
one.
you know, I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna have to call him pretty soon. Where's somewhere good he can take me to eat?
We don't have too many restaurants in Brookhaven.
Now you're talking. I'm gonna have to make him spend some of that gas money too.
Anybody listening out there that wants to open a restaurant, we need some more here in
That's
Brookhaven.
right. Get a good steak
I'm
restaurant.
sure that Chris or Bruce could find you a spot to put it.
That's exactly right. That's a good point. Isn't it?
That's a good point. We
Yeah.
do need to get
If you're
steakhouse going.
looking to build a steakhouse or a restaurant, give us a call. We can find you a spot.
There you go. Well, on that note, we're going to actually talk about some properties for sale today. And you know, over the course of the last few weeks, I've had a few people ask me, said, why don't y'all talk about more properties for sale? And I said, well, we can do that.
Good point.
We'll be glad to just talk about ones that we actually have for sale right now. And so let's just jump right into it. Chris, you got a new listing, and this is a good piece of ground. I went and saw it a couple of days ago.
Yeah, this is a place up in Copiah County on the east side of I-55, right outside of Hazelhurst. You went up there, looked at it the other day, made a cool video. Beautiful place. You know, we were talking the other day that we're getting to that time period now past July 4th where everybody's focus is shifting from summertime and you know, vacations and grilling, and now they're starting to say college football, deer season, fall weather, and they want to start preparing for that. So a lot of people are starting to look for those places to buy, to hunt, or whatever. Or you may be looking for somewhere that you just want to, you know, have for recreational purposes. You know, so there's a place up here in Hazelhurst. It's 46.35 acres. It's off of McCardle Road. It's a beautiful place. It is a cutover property. You know, a lot of people tend to kind of just throw their nose up as soon as they hear that.
Exactly. But you shouldn't do that, should you?
That's right. This is deer hunting paradise. You know, we talked about this on the podcast. When you're looking for those bedding areas, those natural habitat areas where whitetails are going to be and thrive, these are those areas.
That's right.
And this particular place here happens to be just situated around beautiful other tracts of land that belong to timber companies. That are just, it's just a melting pot for success as far as hunting goes. You know, you've got planted pine timber on Timberland Company to your west and to your southwest, and then you've got this cutover that's probably I think it's about 4 or 5 year old cutover, so it's already good and thick.
That's right.
And you know, there's deer sign everywhere over there. It's got a creek that's fed by 2 springs. It stays wet. I mean, it's July and it's wet. And when I went over there probably 3 weeks ago, and we hadn't had rain in about 20 days, and it still had water in it, and was trickling. So it stays wet. Beautiful ridges on this place. I know you were talking about that.
Yeah, that surprised me. I wasn't counting on it being so hilly, and it really wasn't real hilly. It's just natural, gentle rolling hills. But you get up on one of those knolls, you can see a good ways across.
Well, it tricks you. You know, I showed it to a guy from Louisiana about 2 weeks ago, and he was just amazed at the view. It's almost like just looking down into a valley, but you can see back up to the other side.
Yeah.
And it just looks so vast down through there.
It sure does.
And you know, him and I were talking about how you know, one of those barn dominium style homes or a camp or something up on that flat spot off the paved road would be so beautiful to look out over that valley. You know, folks, y'all just got to look at this place and
And
just.
with it being 3 to 4 year old or 5 year old cover, it's still small enough. You can go in and clean it up, make your food plots, or like you say, a house site.
That's right. Well, you know, it's got almost 900 feet of road frontage on McCardle Road, which is a double lane paved road. And
somebody might buy that and break that up. Then it's got that much road frontage.
it's got a bunch of road frontage. It has several house spots on it, and you know, everything is there. You got community water there. You've got internet up and down the road right there. Very peaceful little community area. There's nobody on top of you. Like I said,
it's not far from the interstate.
It's not. I mean, you're just a few miles off of Monticello Street from downtown Hazelhurst, and you could be at the interstate in 10 minutes, if that.
Yeah, that'd be a good place for someone that maybe lives a little north that wants to move south.
Right.
You know, get away from the Jackson area, or.
That's right. If you're commuting, you know, it's talking about the timber companies that own the land around there, and you know, it's on McCardle Road, so every other land piece around you is a McCardle family member. I mean, you can look on the map and see
Really?
that's all right in there. So you're not on top of anybody.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed. You could not see another house.
You cannot. You can't.
Usually,
Once you turn off of Monticello onto McCardle and you get past that first little community right there, it's just nothing. Wide open, and you don't see another house for 4 or 5 miles. People just got to come and look at this place. It is just, you have to see this one to believe it. You know, we talk about how 46 acres in a perfect flat square is not the same as 46 acres when you're going down into a ridge, into a bottom, and then back up in a valley. It just looks so much bigger. You actually have more square feet out there than you do with it just being flat. And it's a big place, and it's real beautiful. It really is.
It shows big. That's what you mean by that. You walk up on that hill and look, you're like, my goodness.
I'm telling you.
It looks like more than 46 acres.
That's what I'm saying. You and I always try to imagine how I would feel being there whenever I'm showing or trying to describe it. And the way I felt was I was on the back porch with a cup of coffee, looking out over that valley in the morning time, and it is beautiful.
Where that creek is, at the springs feed, could you make a pond?
You could make a pond because it runs from west to east, and it's directly in the middle of this place. So it goes down, and then it hits that creek, and then it shoots right back up to the other side. And
you could make a pretty good sized pond.
You could dam it up on the east end and just have a little overflow pipe, and it would keep it fed and filled, and then it would just overflow back into the creek and continue on out and just stay dammed up. And the guy from Louisiana we were looking at that.
That'd be a good place there. You know, you could make you a catfish pond.
That's right. I'm telling you, this place is, you just got to come out and look at it.
And with the water flowing through it all the time, you wouldn't have to worry about the water getting.
That's what I'm saying. Same concept as a reservoir with the pearl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the exact same concept. It's literally east to west. It meanders a little bit, but it stays east to west until it gets off of that property. And you could dam it up on the east side and make a real pretty good sized pond, and still have a way to get around it. You know, bridge over that creek a little bit and get to the other side. And it's almost half. I mean, you got it's 20 some odd acres on this side, and then 20 some odd acres on the other side.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice place.
No, it's beautiful. Somebody's got to give me a call and let me show you this place, because you got to. I can't do it justice with what I'm trying to do with describing it. You have to come out here and look at it.
What do they have it priced at?
It's right now. It's priced at $125,145 for 46 point. That's not bad. It's
like
really
2,700 an acre.
It's like 2,700 an acre. We're priced to sell. We're motivated, and if you're looking for that spot, and I mean, this is big deer country in Kentucky.
Yeah, a lot of people think I got to be west of I-55, but I'm gonna tell you, there's not much difference between if you go the same distance west as you go the same distance east. this place is gonna hold deer.
That's right.
It's gonna be some good deer.
We jumped 3 deer looking at it the first time. They were just laid up in that thick cutover. You would have never knew they were there.
That's right.
And
You know, on the other side of it though, if it's shaped like that now, you might could come in there and put you a pretty good sized pond, have lots to make a subdivision.
That's right.
I mean, that would be
Oh yeah, it has so much road frontage that you can easily break that up.
I'm telling you,
tracks.
almost 900 feet of road frontage and a nice road.
that would probably be something good for, you know, an investor to look
That's
at,
right.
to maybe build a little subdivision there.
And it's peaceful, and it's out in a rural part of the community, and I'm telling you, you gotta see it.
Close to 55.
Close to 55.
And guys, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, okay, this is in Copiah County, I don't necessarily want a property in Copiah County. Chances are we have another property similar to this that may be in Lincoln,
That's
Franklin,
Lawrence.
Avent County, Lawrence County. I mean,
Y'all cover the whole state.
cover
The
everything.
whole
Yeah,
state.
in my opinion, the #1 real estate company in southwest Mississippi, if not the whole state of
That's right.
Mississippi.
We're excited about it. We're
So,
excited.
you know, y'all can find something, even if that's not what they're looking for, you can find them something.
That's exactly right.
Well, we've got plenty. What else you got, Bruce?
All right, this is a new listing that Robin McDaniel, my business partner, another broker here in the office, she has listed a 2-story camp. It's in Franklin County. It sits on 31 acres, and the camp is really pretty. It's not that old, built in 1995. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath camp. But what I like about it, it's 2-story. It's got a nice front porch, and then on top is a nice deck. It's a front porch. It's a deck, is what it is.
Oh, yeah, you can sit out there and watch your
You're talking about
deer.
sitting up there
Yeah.
drinking a cup of coffee and overlooking that.
I talked to her about this the other day when I shared it on social media for her, and I had some people message about it. This is one of those places where if your idea is being away from somebody and secluded with enough land to stretch out and be
That's
comfortable,
right.
this is ideal.
This is it.
Doesn't that property have land on both sides of the road?
It actually it fronts both sides of the road, so you sit at the camp, you can sit on the front porch and look at your property directly across the road.
The good thing about it, if you own both sides of the road, nobody can come right across the road and put anything.
That's right.
And it has pretty good timber. I have to admit, I haven't walked over all of it, but from what I saw from the road, there's pretty good pine timber. There's some hardwood timber mixed toward the back as well. So, but there's some pretty good pine timber, and there's also a pond right there on the side of the road as well.
What's it surrounded by, other timber or?
Yeah, it's surrounded by there are some other homes up and down the road, but I don't think you can actually see a house from the front porch of this camp. So it's
Private.
It's pretty private, and but
big-
there are some other houses scattered up down.
How big a pond you got?
It's not a big pond at all. It's probably 1/3 of an acre or less. It's really not that big, but it's real pretty, and it's an old pond, so it's probably
Got big fish in
got
it.
some fish in it, and
A lot of times in my old farm ponds have big bass
yeah,
in
some
them.
of the best
Maybe we need
fishing.
to go find out.
We've had it all
So
too.
we gotta start adding that into our descriptions.
Yeah.
You know, we caught 12 perch and put them back.
Or a 7-pound bass and throwed it back.
Yeah, we throwed it back.
That's a funny story. I had a property listed one time from a guy who claimed to have some really big bass in it. And so we advertised it that way. And I got a call from a potential buyer who says, look, I want to come fishing. I said, well, I don't know. He said, I'm thinking about buying it. So I want to come fish it before I buy it. So I talked to the owner. He said, yeah, I guess so, as long as he puts them back. So long story short, the guy came up there, brought his family, his grandkids, and we all sat there and fished that afternoon.
Didn't catch it.
No, we caught some. We didn't catch anything huge, but we caught several fish.
Get him out of the place.
He ended up buying a place.
Look at that.
Sure did.
Try before you buy.
That's it.
That's
What they offer that on deer hunt on some of these properties?
Yeah, that doesn't quite, you can't catch and release a deer, can you?
Now we're gonna get a call. I'd like to come spend the night in that house and see how it feels. I'd like to shower and use the bathroom and drink a cup of coffee and watch the news for a day or two. And see, I'm thinking about buying it.
That's what you do. Try it before you
Try
buy it.
before you
But
buy
I was
it.
so glad the seller let him do it, which is an unusual request, but he's right. You know,
That's right.
if you're advertising something that's got really good fish in it, well, then let's see what kind of
That's
fish is
right.
in it, so.
That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
I put back in probably November, December, I put 1,000 catfish in one of my ponds. And they were probably 4 inches long. I go out there and feed them every day. They probably 10 inches now. So they growing. They grow fast.
I know where to go.
That's
I'm telling
right.
you. That's just right for eating.
Oh, that
something.
is right. Why haven't we had a fish fry?
The same reason Bruce didn't buy you lunch.
Golly.
You knew.
I do.
All right, let's talk about another property. And John is familiar with this particular property because he actually owns it.
That's a good one, and if I own it.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a small tract of land. It's 0.75 acres located on South First Street right here in town.
You got frontage on 2 streets.
It's got frontage on 2 streets, South First Street and Dale Trail. What makes this property unique is even though it's small, it's got its own water well on it.
Because there's no city water out there.
No city
Nope,
water.
there's not.
Which we got the man
That's
sitting
right.
here. And people ask that question all the time, when we gonna get it? And
Look, we got the man right here. When we gonna get it?
Ooh. Whoa.
Just say probably in the next 50 years you'll have it.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's got a good working well on it.
no, it does.
It has a entrance coming off of Dale Trail and an entrance coming off of.
I know where this place
First Street.
is. As soon as you merge to Dale, it's right here on the left.
It's on the left.
I know where you
And
at.
then we have a 5-acre tract that's owned by another property owner that joins this place. And so this place, the 0.75 acres, is listed at $21,500. The 5-acre tract, which has a building on it as well, is listed for
So
$60,000.
now that's like one of them portable office buildings.
Yeah, it can be moved.
It's like
Right.
a double wide office
It
building.
is. It's double wide. So it's called a mod space.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Kind of like one of those construction office buildings.
Right. That's just it's made to be transported in and out. I mean, the building's in decent condition, and but it's a good location. It's wooded.
And it's got a lot of frontage on First Street.
It does. It's a good bit of frontage. It goes all the way down to that pipeline that crosses the road, or the sewer line.
Sewer
So
line.
it's-
So
it's-
somebody
sewer
could
line.
buy both of them, and they
Somebody
would
buy
have.
both of them. They have
0.75.
5.75 acres with frontage on First Street and Dale Trail. And I'm telling you, it'd be a good location for a business or for a home site.
Look, I didn't realize how much traffic it was right there until after I bought it. I was over there one day, and it's a lot of traffic comes off Dale Trail.
Absolutely. All right, lastly, we'll talk about one more property, and this is the big one. This is the probably one of the biggest ones we have for sale. 1,700 acres. Is actually located in Louisiana.
It comes with a free drone.
It comes with our old Keith Kavick, so Land Pro here in the office. He and I were over there, and he lost his drone in a swamp over there.
So it's still there.
It's there.
Look,
It's
they
there.
waded waist deep in water trying to find it,
We did.
with alligators all around them.
Yeah. Keith was gonna go look for it, and I said, I can't let you go by yourself.
Now, is that Miss Robbins listing there?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a beautiful place. I've been over there 3 times now. It's covered in water. I mean, right now it's dry in a lot of places, but it has river frontage. It has different sloughs on it, and the water does fluctuate. It does come up and
But
down.
now the whole place floods? Or
No,
not the
no,
whole
no,
place?
just part. It's
Okay.
part of it. So,
So you got parts you could come in there and build a camp on.
oh, absolutely. And it's very private, very secluded. What I love about this property is you can duck hunt, deer hunt. It's got hogs on it, I'm sure.
Look, how many gators did you see
We
hunting
didn't
drone?
see any, but
What river is it fronting?
that's called the Little River.
Little River.
Yeah, it's called Little River, and it's not a little river. It's
That's
pretty
why I
good
was
sized
gonna say, is
river.
it a little river or a big river?
It's a big river named Little River.
One of them Louisiana fellers.
So anyway, that's another one, and the nice thing about it, 1,700 acres is priced at $1,200 per acre.
Oh,
That
it's
is
priced to sale,
That's
yeah.
That's a good price.
That's a really good price.
All right, Chris, how can folks get in contact?
Yeah, you can call me on my cell at 601-695-4308, or of course at the office at 601-835-2000, 24/7, 365.
And John has Bass Land Services. John, how can people get in contact with you?
601-320-2055.
Thank y'all. Have a good week.
Thank y'all.
All right. Where at in Louisiana is that piece of property?
Gina.
Gina.